like it very much. So that might also depend on where the new house goes.
Yeah.
You know, this house here, we want to put it in a place where the tree is not blocking the entire view.
See, we had actually, I took down because, yeah, probably 15 feet on my property was all grown and trees and everything was, of course, before this happened. Now I'm thinking, shit, you know, why did I cut those trees down? Because that would have given me some.
Yeah, but a lot of them,
a lot of them
were dead.
Yeah, no, I know, but there was some other stuff there as well. So you know, we just kept, and it was not very nice. Most of the trees were not very nice.
Yeah.
But there were some pine trees and some other things that would have given, you know, some coverage as well. And it doesn't look like, you know, with the 15 feet or whatever, there won't be anything.
We might.
You know.
We might. We're going to plant back there.
Yeah.
You see that large oak tree is kind of standing by itself now?
Yeah.
We have a plan to screen. We want to screen the park a little bit there.
Yeah.
So we might end up coming down that whole side with something. You know, we left some pretty big trees there.
Yeah.
So we don't need to screen the entire thing. But if there's some open areas that, you know, even from the new house will look right into your backyard, we'll do our best to screen that as well. Yeah. Because I mean, you don't want to see it, and a new buyer's not going to want to see it.
They want to see it.
Exactly. A new buyer's not going to want to sit in their living room and be staring in your pool.
That's what I mean.
So, you know, we'll look. We have a landscape designer that, you know, we'll do some specimen trees along the front. You know, we have to sell it, and it's going to be, you know, sold for a good number. So we have to make it look as good as we can.
Yeah.
That's the plan, at least.
Yeah. How tall is this house?
The house to the midpoint
Is
of
it
the
like
roof.
this one roughly?
Yeah, we're following the same guidelines. So they're probably 30 feet.
So
to
3
the midpoint
stories.
of the roof. Yeah, we'll be 2.5 stories, and we'll be about same thing, probably 29, 30 feet to the midpoint of our roof.
Is that max? 30 feet? Is that max?
I think it's 35, isn't it?
Yeah, we're
35.
a little on.
Yeah, Brian has a picture of it.
We never try to.
Yeah, we take into consideration the massing of it. So, you know, we're basically showing
okay.
like 2 floors, and then this will be your highest point. So we're measuring to that. It's called the midpoint of the highest roof line.
Okay. And bedrooms and stuff will be where? On the front or the back or on the sides or?
Well, second floor. They're all spread.
Yeah.
Yeah, the master's on, you know, the back left here, and then it has all guest rooms throughout.
Because what do you know already? What windows will go up that my way? I don't have that many windows myself.
We do have a plan, yes.
Actually, the way that it's situated right now is actually
One
quite.
second, I'm sorry, I'm taking it.
Quite
Hey.
good actually.
Yeah,
Because it's between the pool and the house.
I have an elevation of that side I could send you.
Yeah, that would be great.
This was just a rendering, but
Yeah.
Do you have a floor
full
plan
side.
too?
Yeah, I do.
Because that would be just so, you know, I have an idea what that will be.
Yeah,
That'd be-
no,
that
we
would
have
be great.
all that's on town record. So, floor plans, windows, all that. So, I could share that with you. No, not a
Right.
problem.
Right. Okay. Are you covered pretty well now with the drainage and everything? Are you?
I don't. I mean, I don't know.
I'm-
I just
I'm
wanted
no
them to see what
engineer,
the
so-
what the concerns
Well, I mean, these
were.
plans go through our engineer. We
Yeah.
submit it to the town
Yeah.
with a drainage report,
tree
storm
Right,
drainage
right.
report.
Yeah.
So,
And you
I
build
mean,
this-
it's-
And what
bunch
kind
of
of
houses
commitment
here
do you
in town,
have
I'm sure.
post sale? I mean, if something goes wrong with the road or something because of something that you've done, what kind of commitment do you have to the
we're gonna
fixing
be-
any problems
We're
that
going to
it
be doing
might?
7 country roads. So
I know.
We're going to be here.
I know,
So,
that's what I'm saying.
You know,
Yeah.
we don't build and leave.
Okay.
We have a 1-year warranty on all of our houses. So, I mean, whenever there's any issue, we always address it. So neighbors are obviously important to us. So we, you know, we're going to be here for, you know, X amount of time. So, you know, last thing we want is to, you know, disturb anyone or, you know, anything.
And we're in town. You know, we've been here 14 years. We've built, you know, 60 homes in Westport. We're not going anywhere, so we want everyone to be happy. If there's a problem, if there's a depression or something wrong with the speed bump, you know, we'll work to repair it.
Yeah. I have another question. This is obviously also something that you don't have to deal with. But will you are you planning on putting these in the ground here?
We can't put these in, but we will connect to the house underground, yes. Yeah, to put these underground that means the whole neighborhood needs to go under, and it's a big...
Would it be?
we're-
Because I would be very interested in getting my side.
You could look at it. You could look at it. I mean, we're doing it on Hills Point Road. We're doing a project in Greenwich right now. We're working on it with Eversource.
Yeah.
It's not easy. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not? Why?
It takes coordination with the town, with the neighbors. There's costs involved. There's engineering involved.
Certain
Yeah.
utility companies own the poles, own the rights. You got to work with everyone, and it's not hard getting all, you know, Frontier, Eversource
Right.
working together.
I mean,
So-
it's worth a discussion if you want. I mean, on the pole, like Brian said, you have cable, phone, and power. So you're dealing with Cablevision, Eversource, I don't know the
Phone,
phone company,
Frontier.
Frontier probably now.
Yeah.
So it's getting all of them involved, and who owns
Yeah.
the pole?
Hi.
What's the cost? Hello.
I'm sorry.
How are you, Frank DeLuca?
Anna-Kajsa Engström.
Nice to meet
Lars is my
Yes,
husband.
Lars.
Hi.
Ryan, nice to meet you.
Nice to
you.
meet you
It's
too.
worth a discussion. You know, my guess would be it's
I figured I would
100.
just ask because if you were to do this, then I would like to do outside.
Well,
of my
we're
house.
not doing. We're not bringing. We're only bringing
No,
from
I
the
heard-
pole to the
Yeah,
house.
I heard that. Yeah.
So you're taking from the pole and you're going underground. You're not going to have wires going from the pole to the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's
But
typical
they're not
for
gonna.
us.
I was
Yeah.
just wondering because if you build a house like this, if it was my house, we bought an older house, but this house would be. If it was me, I would be like, put this in the ground because they're going to be looking out straight out from this. So that will be right in their sight line.
Yeah.
Well, unless you put up trees, yeah.
As you walk out the door,
Yeah, we'll plant it.
because this is lower, as you can see.
Well, yes,
when
and
they-
this
when they
this has a habit of catching fire, unfortunately.
Well, that's why Eversource wanted them down.
Yeah.
They didn't like the trees were surrounding them. The trees were overgrown. So they basically they reached out to Sam actually, and we were finishing Sam's house, and Sam called me today. They wanted the trees down. I said, "You don't own the property anymore. Why are they calling you?"
Yeah.
He said, "Well, they had my number because he dealt with it for many years." And I said, "Guys, whatever you recommend." I said, "Well, just tell us what you want." So they came and took them all down. And we're working with, even though the town doesn't designate this area, Brian and I are going to work with Bruce, who's the tree warden, who we know very well, just to kind of see what would he recommend being planted
Yeah,
here.
because we understood that the town regulations are if you take down trees, you have to put up trees.
Correct, on a town road. That's 100% correct. Take down one, you put up two, or you pay a fee for it, which we always do with them. But here, I even called Bruce, said, "Hey, Bruce, I'd love you to come out." He goes, "Frank, I have no jurisdiction there. Not a town-owned road. I can't help
Right,
you."
right.
He said, I'll give you guidance, but normally they would kind of help, and, we pay for 4. He
Yeah.
might want a bigger tree. They throw in some money because he might want to, hide the pole or something like that. But
I was surprised you took down that gorgeous big magnolia that was
Yeah.
on the side of the property. Right where you dumped the concrete thing to the ground.
Yeah, there's a beautiful magnolia
Well,
tree
there's
there.
gonna be another house there.
At that line?
Yeah, near it.
Estimated right by there.
near it,
Okay.
the amount of excavation we need to dig to put the foundation in, the hole needs to be about 15 feet bigger for safety,
Okay.
for OSHA, and then drainage and electric and water. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but we do try to save some of the specimen ones as much as we can.
And the big trees.
And some of the big ones, but even some of the big ones sometimes aren't. We saved that one with kind of the vines growing up it,
Yeah.
and then a branch almost fell on one of the guys when they were framing the foundation.
Yeah.
We had a big branch fall that's still actually laying there.
Yeah.
So
They're big.
yeah, it's safety.
I have a question for you because we have some trees in the back there, which is not on the property. And I don't know, is it town land behind this?
No,
the-
it's
to the left
it's
is.
an, oh
the
yeah,
left
the
it
ball
is? To
To
fields.
the left is, yeah, that's it. No, behind us is owned by,
Dover Road, probably right.
yeah, Mary Salerno is her name. Mary's in the back, town of Westport is to the left, right behind you guys. That's the line.
Right.
You own the front, they
Yeah.
own like the back, probably 75
So I have
feet.
a question. It's kind of unrelated to this project, but I'm sure you guys will run into it anyway.
Is that
Trees,
only
trees
one of
that
the
are here,
properties?
but are
Yeah.
hanging over
They
your
haven't done this
property,
one yet.
Because I have my, I have my
But I
pool
was
there,
wondering
and
where they're going to put the...
Yep.
They don't know. They
there's
haven't
some
even
big
started
trees
thinking
right,
about it.
right
apparently.
back there as well that I would like to
Oh,
take
they're
down.
gonna
But
be
if
pulled.
they're on
Town property.
town property.
If they
Is
hang
there-
over
is
your
there any-
property, you
yeah.
can limb them. You have the right to limb them for safety, yes. You should call Bruce. We should give...
And who will do I do it,
You
or
do that.
does the town have to do it? or
You,
how-
no, you would do it.
I
Yeah.
do it.
If you drew a line from your property line up, you have the ability to shave anything down. We do it all the time.
Okay.
You have to.
Yeah, that's what I. That's
Oh,
what I was
you're allowed
asking
to do
because
that?
I
You are
figured
allowed to do
maybe
that, yes.
You have similar situations
If-
from that.
Yeah, so we did the same thing. Any branch that was hanging over that's not ours, we just trim the branch back. And
I see.
It's more of a safety issue, just like we said. A big, like I'm
Yeah,
talking about a 30-foot branch fell,
Yeah,
could have hurt a guy. So
Yeah.
we do it.
Yeah.
We do it for aesthetics, but it also has to make sense.
yeah.
If a tree's dead, that's
Yeah.
not yours. I would
Yeah.
I would call Bruce. Bruce would
Yeah.
come out and say, "You're right. I'll clear these 4 or 5 out." He'll give you the approval to do that. The tree warden.
Okay.
He has the jurisdiction over any town tree.
Okay.
He's a great guy. He's actually right in town hall down the street.
Yeah.
If you ever wanted to go in and talk to him, he's really,
What's his last name? Bruce what?
Bruce Lindsay.
Lindsay.
We've dealt with 3 tree wardens in town. He is by far the nicest, cooperative young guy.
Yeah.
Wants to help. He's been very good for the town.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's good to know.
So again, like we said, we're trying to keep everybody on the driveway. We will bring some dirt on the road. We're trying to sweep it as best we can.
Yeah.
My husband mentioned that in the beginning, due to safety for kids and so, you said you're going to put up a fence, I think. Is that the fence?
That's a silt fence the town requires, so no dirt will slide off onto the road.
Okay.
We talked about putting up a fence, and aesthetically, we're not so sure what we're going to do yet.
Okay. No, I
'Cause in
thought
order
it
for
was
it-
just during the construction you would have had it up.
Well, yeah, we would, but we talked about, in order to make it safe, we basically have to fence the entire property. Otherwise, that's you're talking a $30,000 cost, which it's really not required for the town. So, we have signs up.
Yep.
We try to keep the site clean, but
Yeah.
there is nothing saying that we can keep,
Yeah, I just wondered because he asked me to ask
Do you have a plan for this side yet or no?
not yet.
So you don't know where it will be.
We have an
Sitting on the
idea,
property.
kind of site. It's going to stay within line of that house, but no, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know design, location, size.
So you're not going to push it way back. You're going to have it more in the front.
Yeah, our goal is to give them the best backyard that we can. So, and we might, we have, like I said, we have people with interest, and it might be a 4,500 square foot house that gets put there because they want a bigger yard. We don't know.
But have you considered if it's going to be one driveway up or two?
It will be two.
Okay.
It'll be two. Yeah, this one's probably going to stay almost close to where it is, because this garage faces here, right where that ladder is, it's facing this way, and these garages will probably face that same direction. They might face each other. We don't know yet. We're not sure. This tree will designate. It's kind of hard to put a driveway in right here to save that tree. So it looks like it's going to go, probably where the rock or the mailbox is. We'll pull it off the property line. But we typically want to have a driveway at least 50, 75 feet away from another one. You never want to have them too close, like those two are there. We'd like to slide that away from yours a little bit if we could.
Yeah. I was a little bit surprised and not so happy with the house being as close.
I know, and I have a feeling this one's going to be really close to us
Yeah. I
too.
mean, it's as far away from you as we can make it for a driveway. We have a 30-foot driveway,
Yeah.
which basically hits the property line,
Yeah.
that black line,
Yeah.
and then the width of the house, and then 17 feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you could have chosen to do the driveway up on that side as well.
Yeah, but then it also involves more clearing and affects the drainage plan. You're right. I mean, every change you make is a trickle effect, and it affects 5 other things. So that's what we have to take into consideration. So we're trying to bring the driveway in the middle and then slide it around the side.
Okay. And you're
Alright,
gonna
so-
start framing next week or so, you think?
Yes.
Yeah, you'll hear some nail guns going off. We'll
Yeah.
abide by the town ordinance and everything.
Yeah.
Guys will work on Saturday. Nobody works on Sundays typically.
When did they come in on Saturday? We're not typically here on
Uh,
Saturday. I just
they
want to
were
know.
here very early last.
Usually,
Yeah, it's
usually
tough for us
8 to
because
5.
weekends are when we have, my daughter's having a baby, and
Sure, no, I understand.
Saturdays are-
Typically, we'll for the noisy stuff, we'll have them wait till 8:30 in the morning on a weekend
Yeah.
to get started. They're the ones banging nails, and you'll hear the compressors going.
Yeah,
So
but you have to consider Saturdays and Sunday, like the weekends is where we let our kids
sure, I understand.
to run out on the streets to walk over to each other. So you better drive, let everyone know that there are a lot of kids on the street.
Sure, we've spoken to the team. They see the fences. They know it's a private road. They're all instructed. They've all been with us for a long time. We don't swap subs out for every job. So our guys are our guys.
Yeah.
And if they speed on the street, they won't get the next job. They'll hear from me. So we take that very seriously. We do. I live in a small neighborhood as well in Greenwich. I built my house. I built on the street. We're not contractors that just say yes, yes, yes. We understand that. I know if something happens, I'm going to get a phone call and we have to deal with it. And we want to focus on
I
the house.
totally understand if you work on Saturdays, but I was surprised when you started that early.
What time did they start? Was it before 8?
It was around 8.
Okay.
I know that for sure. But as she said, it's only days the kids can sleep
Sure.
indoors.
Understood. I mean,
Things like that.
again, the town ordinance allows 7 to 6 during the week, 8 to 5 on a Saturday, and you can work in Westport on Sunday. We do not. If we ever are working, we have somebody pushing a broom or cleaning up or something, not making any noise. If we're getting ready for an inspection or a showing or something like that, you may see.
Once we have the house framed up, roofed, windows, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
everyone's
gonna
going to
be
be
a
working
lot.
inside.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you'll
So,
hear a lot less.
That'll limit it. So the outside will go fast, and then everyone will be on the inside.
Who should I talk about? Like you said, if I want to put some dirt in my back. Is that
Us.
you,
That's
Brian?
That's us, yeah. Brian and I are running this project for Coastal. You might meet, you guys have met Ryan before and Joe.
Yeah.
when you say it'll go fast, what are you thinking? You'll be finished with the outside and start working inside. What's your date in your head?
You say 2 months?
Yeah, I'd say probably October, November. We have the house framed and
So
windows
everybody's
going in.
inside anyway.
What's that?
I'm just thinking it's summertime now, so everybody's outside. You
Yeah,
know.
it'll be like late fall where we'll have the house closed up. We'll start siding it, putting the roof on it,
Yeah.
and have the team working inside for the majority of the time. You know, especially for the winter, we want to have the house closed up, get heat on.
Yeah.